Empathy, morality, religion, God, hypocrisy, love, hate, good, dark, evil, kindness. It's a bit of a conundrum when you think about all those human qualities, the things we believe in, the way that we act. Welcome to today's Sigma Empath podcast, the Rant edition. I have no guests. I just talk about relevant things that I see on social media that impact me as an empath, that I want to get feedback from the community to understand and get different perspectives of people's belief systems, their motivations, how they perceive empathy, how they perceive religion, how they perceive God, what value it brings to them, because I'm fully aware that religion and God or Allah or Buddhism and all those multiple varied belief systems are all very subjective and all very personal. And I want to start with this as a premise. Do you agree or disagree that the religion you follow is determined, it's a purely random thing determined on where you are born? Is that a truth? You can go deep with that. The reason why you were born in a certain place is that you were destined by that divine entity to follow this path. There are so many factors to bring into consideration. As an empath, I personally don't need religion to guide me and give me a moral compass. And having said that, is there a separation? I believe there is, but you let me know from your life background, your belief system. Is religion and God, Allah, whatever that entity is, any biblical or Quran guided divine entity, are they one and the same? In other words, I consider myself agnostic. I used to think I was an atheist. I was raised highly Catholic. And I used to consider myself as, yes, I'm an atheist because I no longer believe in God. And through time and through self-analysis, I realize it's not that I don't believe in God. I don't subscribe to religion. And then I started going deeper. Well, maybe they're not the same. Maybe that's the disconnect. I now look at it this way. Religion is one thing. It's this man-made, with man bolded and highlighted, man in the traditional definition of what man is. Man has created this structure, this system. I think some men back in the day realized, oh, it's innate that humans believe in a divine, in something that is bigger than, whether it was, if you look at the Vikings and the Nordic god system, the Roman gods, the Greek gods, there was always this system of subscribing to something bigger than the self. They had multiple gods. They worshipped the sun. Some people worship the moon in certain capacities. We've always, as a species, we've always looked up to, worshipped external entities that were mysterious and bigger than us, things that we couldn't understand. And we honored these entities. We still do. We follow the lunar cycle for the calendar, other than the Gregorian calendar. But if you think of horoscopes, even the Chinese horoscopes rather, there's always this connection to celestial beings and entities and energy, a spiritual higher power. And if you remove the label, most people, even atheists, will understand. They will just simply call it the placebo effect, because they're basically saying we can't bring it down and commit it to one thing. So therefore, I can't believe in one thing. It just is. And people in search of power decided, populations look up to these entities that they abide by, that they honor, thinking that they have to live by these unwritten laws of humanity and the celestial entities. And they realize, well, if I can control the narrative of what these gods mean and what these gods do, I can influence their decision making. I can influence their beliefs. I can influence their behaviors. And if you're not a good man and you understand this manipulative tool, it's the perfect scenario for population control. God, I'm going to use this now as a collective word to encompass everything. If I, almighty me, because I'm power hungry and I want to control the masses, and I use this thing called God, and I make you feel shame and I make you feel guilt, and through that guilt and through that shame and through that fear, I can make you do things that maybe you would never do. I can inspire hate. I can validate hate. If you're an evil man, this will be the perfect tool. And this is why I go back to the initial comment that, is there a separation between God and religion? Again, I'm agnostic. I honor every belief system. If you say to me, Assalamu alaikum, I will say Malaikum assalam. If you say, God bless you, I will say, bless you too, bless you back. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I will honor your belief system because I don't subscribe to any one particular thing. My empathy mandates that I respect and honor that which is different. Why? Because the energy and vibration of what I romantically believe is the spiritual light is love and authenticity. That's my guiding force. And some of you will say, well, that's God. And yes, that is potentially God. Love and light. And so the purity of spirituality, and maybe this is where I'm going, is that I subscribe to spirituality, which for me is an alignment of the spirit of our consciousness with the light, the good, the kindness, the understanding, the ability to nurture and care. And for some people, that will also include forgiveness. Forgiveness is a different topic. And so I want your thoughts, your opinions. Does religion work for you? If so, let me know how and why. I remember being raised Catholic and I was against Catholicism, but in looking back, being raised in the English Catholic school system, it brought me great value. I see the value. I see the value that religion brings to a lot of people. It gives them something to follow. But for me, the challenge with religion is it's filled with fallacies and hypocrisies. I believe, again, in love. And love comes in many forms. I am a heterosexual man. If two men love each other, for me, that is beautiful. It's love. I don't see anything wrong with love in any capacity, unless you're talking about an adult loving a child. That's a completely different thing where now I insert my own personal morality. I can't go beyond. Love has limitations. But now would that be love? It would be lust. It would be power and control, so it wouldn't actually be love. But if two entities vibrate at a frequency that attracts them to each other and they will take care of each other and love each other and be good to each other, for me, gender is insignificant. That's my empathy. That's the empath in me that can embrace all and everything. I value the beauty of difference. I value the beauty of diversity. And we should be able to live in harmony in simply honoring, hey, you're a lion and I'm a tiger. And I'm going to go over here and do tiger things and you go over there and you do lion things and enjoy being a lion and I'm going to enjoy being a tiger. That's my very rudimentary, simple breakdown of humanity. Allow me to be me. I will allow you to be you. And we can live honorably with our differences. And that for me is spirituality. But religion sets these mandates that I have to fear you, I have to alienate you, I have to conquer you and overpower you so that you subscribe to my belief systems. You will do as I tell you. You will worship my God in the way that I tell you. I don't view that as vibrating at a high frequency. I view that as vibrating in fear, which is not love. So again, I subscribe to spirituality. The label you give that is up to you. I do not subscribe to religion with its indoctrination, with its fear-based platform. Do let me know your thoughts. Now, here's what I'm going to invite you to do. In this rant, I'm opening up a dialogue, a debate that is healthy for people to exchange ideas. And it's not about insulting or belittling anybody. It's about simply saying, this is what I believe in, and here's why. And you can say, well, I disagree, and here's why. The whole objective of debate is to open the door to understanding and respect, to invite respect. I don't smoke cigarettes. I never have. I've always found them personally disgusting. But if you want to smoke, go and smoke as much as you like. Just do not blow the smoke in my face. And then we are good to go. I don't do drugs. I have nothing against people doing drugs. Do it in the privacy, the safety of your personal space where it's going to harm nobody. Ultimately, this is what it comes down to. Your behaviors, if they harm nobody else, and that's another debate, if your behaviors harm nobody else, for me, I'm fine that you do them. If they impede on somebody else's lifestyle to a detrimental effect, and now we get into the realm of, well, define what detrimental is. But I try to be as open-minded as I can to the difference. That's really what I'm trying to say here. But do, again, have a healthy debate. I'm coming from a place of an empath, in search of understanding. Because I believe that in our evolution as humans, we went through the dark ages, inspired by religion, might I add. And if you look at some of the more tribal philosophies, they lived in harmony with nature. There was always a balance. We won't kill too many buffalo. And when we do, we will give thanks for the sustenance, for the food. We will replenish the earth. And here we are living in this modern age of capitalism, and maybe this now getting into politics rather than theology and morality. But as an empath, I want to live in harmony, in healthy balance with myself, finding peace within myself, finding harmony within the external world that I take place in. I impact, I create ripple effects with every decision that I make. And as an empath, my objective is the more positive I can create ripples for others, the more in alignment, the more spiritual alignment I have. Please let me know your thoughts. Again, keep them respectful. It's a very contentious topic, and for some people, they will defend it till death, and that's maybe a part of the problem, is that through religion, we are so indoctrinated that we will kill in order to preserve what we believe in. And again, romantically, there is more than one way of doing everything and anything. There is more than one way to believe. There is more than one way to live. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for listening. By the way, this is somewhat of a talking point. I do talk about the higher consciousness aspect of empathy in the book. Pink is the color of empathy. Empathy for our planet, empathy for each other, including empathy for you. Everybody, thank you for listening. I look forward to your comments. Thank you.